Hello, everybody. Welcome back here. We're here, kind of going to do a road trip kind of thing where, hey, I just got back from a 2-week vacation. I'm in my studio doing videos, and I recently just did 2 videos. Like, I need to do a video on my summer vacation. I recently just got back from Salt Lake. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? There it is. There it is. You might have saw a video update where I was in Salt Lake City, or not Salt Lake, Yellowstone. Where's Yellowstone? Boop. I was right here. Right there. I was right there. Looking at the, was it this glacier? It was one of these springs. I was in North Geyser. It's like, I think it was right here. Yeah, no, I was right here. It was the North Geyser. So we're gonna take a tour for the next X amount of minutes. I got a bunch of photos, and we were gonna follow my road trip. My road trip was from Salt Lake City to Yellowstone, and then from Yellowstone to Glacier, which is over here. I didn't go up. No, I went to Helena, and then over here, and that's whatever. We'll go where it is. So let's rock and roll. So took a flight into Salt Lake City from Hawaii, and yeah, no, I arrived at 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, no, that's not fun. Don't take red eyes. I don't care how good you are. No, but there is a Love's gas station somewhere around here. There it is. I am in private browser, so none of this stuff is going to show for me where I was. But oh man, this place was, I've never been to a Love's. So I have a travel router. I recommend, if you are a traveler, you should get a travel router, as they are really nice, as I have a bunch of gizmos and gadgets that I can, like, hey, I connect the travel router to the Wi-Fi, and then everything that connects to my travel router just connects to that, so I don't have to constantly, like, what is the hotel Wi-Fi and all that stuff. Also, it's better for privacy. I can easily turn on a VPN for this, so all my devices have a VPN, or if I want AdGuard and all that stuff, this is the Galanite. And so there's all sorts of cool features on it that I can do. It also allows my devices to talk amongst each other. It doesn't even need to be connected to anything. So if I wanted to transfer files to something, the one I have currently in my hand broke. It, like, hardware broke, because I don't know, I think it was updating the firmware, and so I had to buy a new one. And so what I did was, like, go to Amazon. There's an Amazon locker right here. So I was like, okay, get off the plane at 5 o'clock, get a car, and I'll go to this Love's. They have showers there. Get a shower and just head up north. It's a 4.5-hour drive to West Yellowstone. I thought it would be pretty cool. Oh God, no, I fucked up real bad. So get off my plane. It is like, Utah is, this is a weird airport. This is a really weird airport. This is like a 5-minute walk right here. For some reason, this is a 5-minute walk, because these are, like, different islands. It's really weird. I don't understand. This is a really big airport for not a lot of different airlines. I thought that was really weird. So I get to Avis, and Avis is like, yeah, what do you want? You want all-wheel drive? I was like, why are you here? I was like, oh, I booked through Costco. I want a car. I like cars because they're practical. It's like, oh, do you want all-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive? It's like, I just want whatever. Give me whatever. And because it's like technically 6 o'clock in the morning. I left Hawaii. The sun was setting. Well, about to set. Wake up, get up into Salt Lake. The sun is rising. And so my morale is at an all-time low. I have no idea what's going on or anything. So it's like, yeah, here's a Chrysler Wrangler. I'm like, what the? Okay, whatever. I get to the car. It's a Jeep Wrangler. I hate Jeep Wranglers. They are all over they're the typical tourist car, because they are just shitty cars. They're not practical. They're like, whatever. They're not, everybody on this island has one, because they're so rugged. They're like pieces of shit cars. I made a big stink about it. I got a Chrysler 300, which is a downscaled Dodge Charger, and it's just like, oh my God, it's so shitty. I hate muscle cars, because they're we're gonna talk about shit. This is a yapping video. I don't give a shit. I'm doing this because I'm bored, making content. There is because it's an automatic, the transmission is so shitty. That like the changing between first, second, and third gear is so weird. It like revs up too high, so you're like first, just like doing like fucking 20 miles an hour, like literally 20 miles an hour, revving up to like 3,000 RPMs, and it's just like, why is it so loud? And I'm just like, whatever. It was like a shitty car. It was a shitty car. So get to Love's, get a nice what do you call it? A shower. It was like 18 bucks, whatever. Morale booster. I felt fine. Go to Target. I always go to Target or Walmart to pick up supplies, water, protein bars, protein shakes, and all that stuff. It was at Centerville. And then from there, I think that's when I started to really realize that I've really fucked up when trying to navigate. So we'll get to it. There is 215, 15, and 80. There is multiple interstates weaving in and out of Salt Lake City. So we'll get to that. It really affected my Salt Lake experience. So my thing was, hey, I'm not going to spend the night in Salt Lake City. I could do that. If I wanted to spend the night in Salt Lake City, I would have to buy 2 nights there the night before. I thought about doing that. It would be like $400 instead of $200. And so I was just like, hey, I'll just drive to Yellowstone, whatever. So I go to Target over here, and I'm like, it's like right over here. I remember it was like, here it is. I remember the Walmart. Okay, let's get some breakfast. Go over here. GPS tells you to use the interstate. So I'll like get over here, enter here, and then I'm like, okay, I need to go faster because everybody's going slower. Let me get on this lane, get in the left lane, literally entering the interstate doing 50, interstate 70. So I'm all the way on the left lane. Oh, need to get all the way on the right lane. It's like, so I can just go over here instead of just taking this fucking 400 road right here. It's like, oh my God. That was another sign too. GPS was just so fucking bad. It was telling me things were open when they were closed. This was a really bad trip. It was a really bad trip. So from there, had breakfast, really cheap. It was the first time I got a wake up call of about a 30% tip, but it was a 30% tip on a $13 breakfast. So I was a little bit surprised by that. Breakfasts over here are easily $20 for like a plate. So I was like, what the hell? From there, I made my way to West Yellowstone over here, and dude, I have no idea what happened or anything. I think I stayed on 15, but this whole area like blanked out for me. Is a full blanked out for me. So at a certain point, it might have been somewhere around here, I went into a rest stop. I think I even got honked at by a semi because I was so faded. I pulled over and I just took a 90-minute nap in my car. And I was like, I can't keep going for another, hour or 40 minutes. And I just, the only thing I remember, it was like one of those places, there's a geological site over here. So it was in the basaltic lava flow. We could probably, let's see, probably figure it out. It was on the interstate. It was right here. Is this basaltic? Where's the Google Maps guy? So it was on there, and I was just like, wow, this was actually really nice. It was really nice. I bought a couple months ago, I bought a traveling pillow, like one of those neck things. Don't buy those. Don't buy those. Those things are trash. But it was nice sleeping in my car using that. From there, I showed up at West Yellowstone. This is a nice little town. I stayed at the Yellowstone Lodge. I thought I set my navigation to the Gray Wolf Inn. These hotels look exactly the fucking same. It's really fucking weird. It is really weird. So this place is just literally for Yellowstone. It's expensive, whatever, but they're fine. This place is kind of grungy and all that stuff, but You know what? You know what? You know what? Really good fucking pillows. I'm like not fucking kidding you. Really good pillows. Really good pillows. I was like fucking blown away. I stayed in like $1,500 night rooms and had worse pillows, but this place was like really good pillows. I would not want to stay here again. The people here were like kind of grungy. I shouldn't say that. Like, dude, the last day I was there, the fucking toilet backed up. I'm on medication where I have to piss a lot and drink a lot of water, and so I was like pissing, and I wasn't looking, and I like really looked down. I'm like, wait, why is my piss brown? Am I not drinking enough water? And it clogged up, and I don't know what happened, and it scared me. A lot of the food here is kind of like white people, old people food, so it's like a lot of like meat and potatoes, like, so you're not doing much. I checked out this museum of Yellowstone. It's a railroad place. It's okay. So it's a pretty basic railroad museum. There's not much there. There's a burger shop here, 50's burger shop place here. Where is it? Is this it? No. It's okay. It was okay. It was like, they said they had smash burgers. They don't know what a smash burger is. It's literally just a regular burger. They said, hey, do you want onions? They have like grilled onions and all that stuff you can order. It's like, it comes with onions, so why the hell did you ask for, do you want more onions on it? It's like, wow. It's, of course it is a side. This Holiday Inn here has this restaurant called The Branch. I went here for lunch not knowing this is a Holiday Inn, and I went there, sat there for like 10 minutes. Opens at 4 p.m. What the fuck? Oh. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So I went here and asked like, hey, can I get breakfast here? Because I'm always looking for something different. Not really knowing this was a Holiday Inn here. And they asked, hey, do you have a meal ticket? And I said, no. And do you want to look at, and I said, do you want to look at a menu? I was like, what? I can't eat here? And I just simply walked away. It's like, what the fuck? There's some, like, there's some places to eat here, but it's not like anything interesting. It's a tourist place. Stuff is expensive, but it's like, it's all relative to me. Like, I'm from Maui, like shit is expensive. So spent I think 3 nights here, and it was not bad. But I do have to say, show up early when you're going to Yellowstone. So I came here on was it a Wednesday, and then so Wednesday evening, and then like Tuesday morning at 9, I showed up here, and not the toilet, the entrance, and I was like a 10-minute wait. But when I left, it was at like 2 o'clock, but everything else was packed. So like you could show up late and get through early, but you were not gonna have parking. And then within like 3 minutes, I was like pulling off to the side of the road. I was blown away. So the first day I went through this way. So let's get some photos here. So let's see here. How should we do this? No, wrong. There we go. Do it this. That way. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we can do that. That looks good. That looks good. So this is at the rest stop I was at, I think. No, this was not at a rest stop. Okay. This is at the museum. Where are we at? It's right here. Boom. Three Bear Lodge. A lot of these places, like this place and another place where like had church. I don't want to sound racist, but it sounded like there are Mediterranean people, they're Arabic people. I should specifically say, not Mediterranean, because that's like Italian, Spanish, Egyptian. North African would be Mediterranean. A lot of bison stuff. Again, it's bison and not buffalo. A lot of people say buffalo, but that's not the correct terminology. Buffalo are in Old World. So yeah, just taking some stuff. This is my first in the morning. So like it was like 30 degrees in the morning. It was like really cold. Or no, this was this in that first day? Now this is the first, yeah, this is the first full day. It was cool. It was like there was frost and all that stuff. So here's me finally entering Yellowstone. Can I do this? Nope. That's, yeah. There he is. There he is. People will know. So this was like one of the first turnoffs I did. I thought this was like super cool. Just like super like, just like majestic and all that stuff. So tranquil and just I'm just such a huge sucker for like rivers. I'm just such a sucker for rivers. It just, because there's no rivers in Hawaii. There's no rivers in Hawaii. I just like love rivers. And all these are shot on my phone. So what are we here? We are, let me fast forward here. We made it down to here and I think, is it down here? No. Do I need to go? I think I might need to do satellite here. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I went here, yeah? Yeah. Ooh, this is a bad photo. Ugh. Yeah, there's a bathroom here, and there's a lot of people waiting. I came here, and then there was like a family of like a Mexican family or a Texas family, and they were in their trucks and all that stuff, and we're chit-chatting. It's like, hey, I have to use the restroom real fast. Can I, like, how long are you guys gonna be? It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna be here, but you're more than welcome. It's like, where are you from? It's like, oh, we're from Texas. We've been driving for 24 hours. Like, oh, cool. I'm from Hawaii. I flew for 2,400 miles and then drove here for like 1,000 miles. But from there, I drove down here and then like parked here. Seems to be like there was a fire here. This seems to be old. Yeah, parked here. A lot of fly fishing here. A lot of fly fishing here. So this is this right here. Yeah. One of the more surprising things is once I got out of Salt Lake City, it smelled like rotten eggs and it scared the shit out of me that it might be this rotting smelling eggs. I never smelled that once I got out of Salt Lake City. And then once I did get closer to Yellowstone, I did smell a little bit more. And so, yeah. So I was walk down here a little bit, see some, I don't even know what this photo was, but just seeing this, all the minerals and all that stuff. It's so like peaceful, not a lot of people on the road. So I was walking down here and wanted to see where this goes. This is like a really cool trail that just kind of runs throughout the whole place. I think if you had a bicycle, it would have been really cool. I love taking photos of people because they were literally taking photos of ravens. Literally taking photos of ravens. It was like really wild. So where are we at? I think, are we here now or over here? I think we're over here, yeah? Yeah. The paint pots. It was like really wild. It was really wild. I love taking photos of people just doing the most basic stuff. Very, very cool stuff. Here's some footprints from wildlife. That was really cool. There was a family here that that was like, well, why do we have to do the path? And one girl's like, well, it's to stabilize. It's like, no, it's just to keep people on the path, you dumb. Oh God, I hate old people. But just like really cool. I do also recommend going in the morning because of the temperature difference makes it more steamy. The next day, there's another guys really early on that was like completely different when I went back through. This like really eerie too, like this whole little calcification and all that stuff. Really eerie. glacier. And later on, there was a thing in like one of the prequels. She was talking about. I'll get to it later, but because of the temperature, it's blue because there's no. I took pictures of people with Hawaii stuff. I'm always fascinated by people with the Hawaii stuff. So this guy has like a Hawaii stuff. I don't know if it's like creepy shit, but I'm always fascinated by seeing people with Hawaii stuff. There's another geyser, jet geyser, morning geyser. Where am I with this? I think this is completely different. I don't know where this is though. Is this in the same area? No, this is in the same area, I think. Because from here, I think I moved on to, yeah, this is in the same area. I moved on to, Old Faithful. But yeah, so the blue is because of the refraction of the blue, the light refraction. Because bacterial growth is not in it. They're sterile. Yeah, here's Yellowstone. Or not Yellowstone, Old Faithful. This is the museum area here. Old Faithful is like completely overrated. Completely overrated. They have a little Native American exhibit here and all that stuff. I thought it was kind of cool. I'm always fascinated about indigenous peoples and all that stuff. Oh, here's Old Faithful right here. So I took this photo right here. So here's like, again, a lot of these trails kind of interconnect. So there's a giant trail that leads all the way through here. You could see this. You could park way where I started off and then just keep on walking, or at least have a bike. A lot of foreigners there too that I thought was really cool. Also, trash. I love trash. Detritus. Let's see here. Is it? Yeah. So this was right there. The blue star. There's bones right there. It's animal. It's animal. I thought this was cool. Just a bunch of geysers going off. Super cool. I said this to my friend who lives in Hilo, and she was like, but have you, Kilauea is going off, but, I got Yellowstone geysers. I like to get hats and memorabilia and all that stuff, so I got a hat. The hat sucked. They have a lot of lodges in here too, which was kind of cool. So, moved on. This is like around 1 o'clock too. It was like really wild, really good driving here too. So I made it to Thumb Geyser. This is a really cool spot. A lot of little different geysers and a nice little boardwalk here. Abyssal pool and all that stuff. And so when I was coming here, there was this girl, this volunteer, and bless her heart, but holy shit, dude, she does not know how to speak to people. She talks long-windedly. So she like had this, somebody asked her, why is the pool blue? And so she was like, well, it used to be green, so you could see it's green here. And so earlier this year, it was green because there was a bacterial growth in there that caused it to be green. And, blue and yellow make green. And, well, at a certain point, they called us and said, hey, yeah, it's getting hot in there. And so it killed all the bacterial growth and all that stuff. And so it killed everything. And, well, the sun, because of the temperature, hey, and guess what? The sun reflects the blue. The water is blue. It's like, wow, you motherfucker. Also, this girl right here, when asked like, hey, what's the natural process over here? What's going on here in Yellowstone? And she said God. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. One guy said chemistry, which is the correct answer. Like, chemistry is happening here. That is like the fundamentally of chemistry. Heat is happening underneath us and all that. But it's, I do recommend checking this out. That was day one. And then from there, I just drove all the way back. And then day two was some more of that. But just like, again, there is like no bacterial growth in here. So these are all sterilized. which is kind of crazy. So they're so hot, bacterial growth can't be in there. And here, all this stuff is like mineral deposits and all that stuff. And so here's the Yellowstone Lake, very gorgeous, very nice wind too. So it was like nice and brisk, but then there was heat around the geysers, so it was like really nice and all that stuff. And there's a bunch of like little geysers around the lake too, which is like really crazy. So here's the second day here. This is, I'm taking 89 instead of 91. So this terrace, like I like really had to go to the restroom and I'm like, oh God, I need to do this. So I see this stuff and I'm like, oh my God, this is actually kind of cool. But it's also like 50 degrees outside. 50 degrees outside. It is 8 o'clock in the morning and it's 50 degrees outside. So I pull over. Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. But if you click here, you look at some of these, you don't see that. It's because of the temperature. You want to go here early and cold. So really cool. Really cool. Very ghostly like. Super cool. Moving on. The next one I went to was, this is just a random bison on the road too. Norse Geyser was actually a really cool spot. So my things was, I was going to do this way and then back and then this way and back, and didn't go back to the lake. So on my routes back, there was like no parking anywhere. So again, it's about showing up early. Show up early. Showing up early, you're going to be a little bit longer at the entrance, but you're going to have earlier access, easier access getting in and out of things. So when I went here, I got a pretty good spot parking at right up here. When I came, where is it? Came through here, the whole parking lot here. This is the overflow for this whole area was full of people. I parked right here. When I came through, all this was full of people. So this was a very popular spot. Recommend you come in early. I walked around. Let's go here. Yeah. So I walked this right here, I think. Really nice. Really nice. Gorgeous area. Really nice and quiet. Not a lot of people. That's where I made my video too. This is cool. I made a couple like 10 minutes. I should have been, or 15 minutes. Should have been 15. I would have posted this on YouTube Shorts. Just really gorgeous. Look at that. It sounds like a jet engine. Just look at this. And then just bison shit. Like, look at this. This is so cool. Like, you just don't get this anywhere else. Then I made my way across this, the Norse Canyon Road to Brick Falls. Where is it? Okay, yeah, here it is. The North Rim Drive. So there is this right here, and let's see if I got a good photo of it. No. Do I have a? So there is people down here, but this is like, again, like this is a hike. This is a hike. I'm a big guy, and I'm not. This is 100, like probably a couple 100 feet drop right here, like going zigzagging. I'm like, no, thank you. I don't want to do that. This is gorgeous area and all that stuff. Very nice. And of course, another piece of shit. But hey, yeah, this is biodegradable, but it's not going to be biodegradable for a very long time. There it is, right there. You can have people right here, and that is what this is right here. But that is really far away. That is a really far away. So that photo is taken like right here, I think, like right here somewhere. So it is, let's get some satellite data. Yeah. You can understand. But yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous. They called it the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. And let me see if I have that photo. There it is. Grand Canyon varies from 800 to 1,200 feet in depth. from 1,500 to 4,000 feet in width. It's like, oh my God. The length is about 24 miles. That's, and then this is right over here too. So really gorgeous. Like, yeah, it is gorgeous, gorgeous area. And then I made my way. I was going to plan on going over here, but then I'm like, this is just more stuff. Very good, like more plains here. Took a lot of pictures, more bison. And then I think this is, where is this? Oh yeah, here we go. This is the mud volcano area. So I took a bison over here, and then, you know, took the mud volcano right here. And then there's a bison right here. And of course, everyone, literally everyone was taking a photo of the bison. Not the geological event that nowhere on the fucking planet you're ever going to see, but the bison that are literally all over the park. I am so fascinated with people. Like, I am just fascinated by people. So he's taking a shit. You can see his tail up. But like, just gorgeous, gorgeous area. Sour Lake. Smelled like rotten eggs really bad though. It smelled like sulfur real bad. Super cool. This is so cool. Really cool area. I do recommend people go to it at least once and spend at least 2 days. If you're really crazy, let's see here. Where is it? You can do a complete circle here, but that is a lot. That is a lot. Nice little bird here that kind of you know, flew by. I thought that was kind of cool. There was, let's see here. Did I get it? Yeah. There was like people petting the bison. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Just log into Grand Theft Auto or Minecraft or whatever video game you're playing, Roblox. And here's a baby bison on the road. And then there is a bear right there. Isn't that crazy? There's a bear. And then here's the, we're back in, West Yellowstone. Some basic stuff. This is the railroad and all that stuff. Wildfire in the 88. A lot of people just kind of put their own shit. I thought was really weird. At least it wasn't political or anything. So that's Yellowstone. It goes a little bit faster with that. Let's see here. Summer 25. We got Glacier. Glacier is a little bit let's see here. Probably and where is oh my God, I have never done this before. There it is. So we're in Glacier. From there I went north, took the back routes. Don't do this route. This route was like really shitty. Ended up yeah, I took this route, ended up in Belgrade, took 90 from here, and then up to here to Helena, and stayed at a DoubleTree. It was really nice. I was actually really impressed by the DoubleTree. Their shit didn't work for the laundry, but whatever. Met my first meth head, so that got good. Get there. Went to Missoula. There was nothing there. Just, it's a college town. From there, I went to Glacier. Did I go through here, or I don't remember which way I went. I think I went this way. Yeah, I went this way through the lake instead of this way. I was gonna cut through here, but I was getting very frustrated. I was having a panic attack, and that's when I found out that the glacier road to the glacier was closed. So I got that going for me. I stayed at this place called the Wonderstone. I don't know. It's cheap, but it's also on the side of the road. But it also looks nice. There's some good places to eat. There's a, what is it? There's a good teriyaki place around here. Yeah, teriyaki chicken and the Outlaw Diner, definitely good places to eat. So enter Glacier. Glacier is definitely not as popular as Yellowstone, but I would definitely recommend parking here and then just walking to the village. There's some stuff here, campgrounds here. When I went, the road was close to here. So I wanted to do parking here and then walk around a little bit. No. I was having a sheer below panic attack. So I walked around here. They have a boat here. I don't know why you would ever want to do that because there is not much to see on the lake. There is a spigot out here that everybody should check out. Little. Oh, here it is. Is this it? Oh, wow. This is old. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is it. Always come out to here. There's this spigot right here. It's the only kind of beach access and allows you to see the whole bay, the whole lake, Lake McDonald. Really good. So let's look at some photos. Here's some deer. Here's the lake. It was hazy. It was pretty cool. Got some boats. Here's the river. Here's Lake McDonald at the where is it? Here. Little river here. Creek, I guess. But like, look at it's just so flat and clear. You can just see the mountains. So, not much to see here because everything was blocked out, and I was by myself. So I was like, hey, you know what? There's this Canes Road. What if I take this road to get back into Columbia Falls for a lunch? So I take up this way. This is the back road to get into let's see here. Oh my god. Get into to Columbia Falls. It turns into dirt road. It turns into dirt road. It's really hilarious. It's really hilarious. And then from there, like literally 5 minutes, it turns into dirt road. Turn around. I'm like, screw this. So from there, I'm like, I need to get the hell out of here. I go to Coeur d'Alene, which is way over here. So where I go, I get in the car. GPS says, hey, just head to 90. And I'm like, no, I do not want to do that. I want to go on a fun trip. It like said, hey, take a left here. Take a left here and stay on 206. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to stay on 2. And of course, it would have been a lot faster if I stayed on 2. So stayed on 2, went through here, down here, just stayed on 2. All the way through here. Gorgeous, gorgeous mountain range and all that stuff. Really nice. Going through all this area. It's really gorgeous area. A little bit on the, no cell reception, but still a very gorgeous area. Then got into Boyne's Ferry, which was a really weird place, and had a little lunch here. Where did I eat? Here it is, Rusty Moose. It was okay. It was okay. And then drove down all the way to Coeur d'Alene. Let's get that. There it is. Where is it? There it is. So we're just gonna look at all these because I was pretty much in Coeur d'Alene the whole time. So here's the Idaho Falls the museum there. Where is it? Here it is. No, that's the here it is. Museum of North Idaho. That's where I was. Nice little museum. It was really nice because it was like 90 degrees outside and it was nice, really new AC. Nice little, used to be a mining town, so it's in the bottom layer had stuff for mining. Smelled like mine area. Supposedly it was a big, huge ferry or steamboat community too. And it was just like nice going through the parks and just, it was nice. And here is what they call CDAR. It's a really really nice resort. I was like really impressed by it. When I went to Montana in 2014, in October that year, to go to Glacier, and I heard about this place, and I'm like, man, this place looks gorgeous. And I was like, hey, I'm not having a good trip. Let's go here. And I kind of decompressed here pretty well. So it was just like a really nice decompress. There's my parking spot. Room, it's like $500 a night, not bad. Marina and all that stuff. Man, they closed it literally. Oh man, I would have loved to walk on this, but the day after they closed it for repairs, had a spa day and all that stuff. They have these like tourism things. Oh, these things look like shit from the side. Little lighthouses because I'm a boat guy. But yeah, just a really nice hotel. Really just like kind of like a really nice like tourist community, and there was like a lot of things to do, and it was like not just fully about tourism, but there's also like just, you know, stuff to do. And of course it's like a major there's stuff to do because literally Spokane is, where is Spokane? Oh, I zoomed out too far. Spokane's like right over here. So a lot of people from Spokane come over here to relax. Like it's not far. Like we're talking about like a, you know, it's like 30, like it's a 40-minute trip. So a lot of people come here. You know, there's stuff here to do, and it's really relaxing here. The main thing is golf. So you come here and you golf over here, which is kind of crazy. So yeah. I told my cats, like, hey, do you want to buy this? Should I get this boat? Just look how ugly this boat is. Like, nobody should. It's just such a just a weird boat. This is also, I thought was kind of depressing, is just like, here's a statue. Let me just put a love lock on it. This guy, all the boat people, every boat person I know, like just, oh, better I'm on clock. Better go, put my phone down, put my phone up. Nice little Porsche. Okay, there we go. And then from there, I had the long trip back to Salt Lake. From there, I just take 90 all the way back. Go through Missoula, spend a night in Butte. I think it's Butte. Oh, wow. I randomly clicked that. That's crazy. It's okay. It's a nice little town. Then from there, I went to, what is this place called? From there, I went to Idaho Falls for like the museum there. Let's see here. Idaho Falls. There it is. Actually, that was actually a pretty good museum. They had a museum on mummies, not just like ancient mummies, but just like mummies in general. Here's Baron von Holtz. Here's an Incan mummy. Cat mummies. Snow hair. Egyptian mummy. Let's see if we can zoom in here. Noshar. 1275 BC to I can't read that. Mummy cloth. Baboon statue. So really cool museum. I was like really impressed by it for being like, hey, this is Idaho Falls. Kind of like, I mean, I'm not familiar with the region, but it's just like it's a town on the interstate. And their whole thing, like the falls at Idaho is like 100% fake. You could clearly tell because it doesn't look natural. We got fir, frankincense, and the cinder. Cool little wrapped heads. Oh God, this is why I hate old people, because they don't understand and they have this worldview that they think they understand. So I was out here and there was just like, this old woman's like, he would have been a big boy, that child, he would have been, it's like, that's not how that works. Like it depends on your genetics, and I, like, she was with her grandkids or something. I just under my breath and made sure the kids heard, like, that's not how that works. That's not how any of that works. But it was like really kind of cool seeing this stuff. And then here's some like, you know, here's a sloth. Here's a massive, huge elephant that roamed the North America. Here's a mountain lion, some other stuff. And then here's some like, here's a Nazi flag. Here we go. Here's a Nazi flag. I don't know why I did this. I thought that I was being avant-garde. There's some shops that were in there. Then from there, I went to, what is it? Where's Idaho Falls? Where is Idaho Falls? There's another town around here. Oh, here we go. Pocatello? Is it Pocatello? I was stayed at a hotel here. I could have stayed in Idaho Falls, but I just like wanted to, you know, just spread out time. From there, I went to Salt Lake City, got a hotel in downtown is not what you think of downtown. When I think of downtown, I think of like shit downtown. So what did I stay at? It was like, where was it? It was, let's see here. Let's figure out if I could find it. No, it's somewhere around here. Like I guess I don't know what downtown means. It was by the Loves, but it's, I don't know, but like, it's hard to figure out what downtown is. But it was okay. I don't like Salt Lake. I really don't. It's there's a lot of problems. It's hot and miserable and whatever. But I checked out a lot of this stuff here. I went to Leonardo. It was kind of cool. Had a Lego stuff. The temple. I didn't get to see the temple. Salt Lake City drained me so fucking much. Little errors and stuff. It's kind of cool. This is kind of like on the upper end, they had like little kind of things going on, which is kind of cool. I thought this was kind of cool, being a little bit more avant-garde. I don't know. I was being weird. At this point, at 50 minutes, no one's watching this video. I also went to the Museum of Fine Arts. This was kind of cool. I think this is all aluminum foil. There's a bunch of fine art. Like really cool stuff. Like just like not like anything specific. Just like here's some Hindi, here's some Indian stuff. I like this because they had like different like here. This is what it was cast in. Here's the different parts. I thought that was kind of cool. Sanskrit. Here's a samurai sword. Here's a close up of that thing from the original part. Here's just a sculpture. Something modern, something biblical. You know, here's Jesus, more biblical. Something a little bit more 4th, 15th century, Roman, Syrian, Byzantine. You know, Greek. Here we got Greek, some Greek, Egyptian, 17th century Renaissance, late Renaissance. Yeah. Yeah, this is Enlightenment era. Yeah, Enlightenment era. So like just stuff all over the place. This was really cool. So I like the last section was was like modern art. I guess would you would consider this is hey, it's candy. Green candies individually wrapped in cellophane in less supply. Overall dimensions varies with installation. So I take it. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought this was the original picture. So the exhibit is this. Just candy. It's just candy. That's the exhibit. The candies in the center of the room are for you to take. You can taste the candy, allow the bitter sweetness to guide you in the reflection about your own experience and love and loss and change. The candy. Okay. I didn't think about that, but I thought this was like interesting. That's wild. I didn't read this. I only read the take the candy. I didn't think about the bittersweetness. And I thought this photo was like from something else, because I think this photo was from the installation, because it doesn't say anything about the color of the candy too. And here's another weird one too. That's what it looks like close up. Here's some more indigenous art. I don't know what this is. This is a little bit weird. Here's another picture of the first art. What else? We got Museum of Natural History. This was kind of cool. Really cool. Like they got some paleontology, bunch of dinosaur bones. Kids go dinosaurs. They had a advertising for their Ice Age thing. That was a fucking joke. I was like, oh wow, well look at these. Is this some like ARG advertising or something? Am I gonna find something? It was like, oh, this is stupid. It was kind of cool. It was a good museum. It like has multiple levels, but it's not stacked on top of each other. It's like kind of slanted, which was kind of cool. And here's another one. There's supposedly 7. At least I overheard someone say 7. I found 5. So they got to like, I'm an anthropologist, so like I sent this to my anthropologist friend, or technically archaeologist friend, and she had a kick out of this. This is supposed to be a dig site, but this is like horribly put together. Here's some strata. Here's the view of Salt Lake City, and like I saw this mine, I'm like, oh god, this is an ugly view. It's also like 100 degrees outside. And of course, here we have humans in their natural habitat looking at screens. Of course, it's not my place to judge, but they are resting. We are literally on the top floor. And we got Yellowstone, Hoogly Zoo, I think it's called. This is actually a really good zoo. I went here early in the morning. It was actually not bad. It's a little bit higher up in the mountain in Utah. It's not that much higher. It's like right over here. So we got Natural Museum, Hoogly Zoo. I misspelled that. It was really nice. It was actually really nice. I didn't know what to expect. Like this first, it was like, I was like, oh, this seems kind of small, but then it like started to expand a lot more. And I was like, oh shit. This was a zookeeper having fun with her, I think it's like a skunk or something. Not a skunk, but a porcupine of some sort, friend. I'm always fascinated by people. Giraffes, zebras, giraffe enclosures, putting your best friends in their paws. A lot of kids. Really cool lions. A lot of street art. I accidentally walked on some of that stuff. I felt bad, but none of the stuff did have. I think you're okay to walk on it because it never had any guiding stuff on it. This pissed me off too. Was after right before I took this photo, there was kids banging on this. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. It was kind of hot outside. Here's some meerkats. Where are the meerkats? There they are. Hey, they are. But everybody, like, that was the thing I was worried about going to the zoo, was like, just like finding anything. There was a zoo in Idaho Falls, but it like was weird. It's a little black bear, I think, or a grizzly. This was weird because it was like leaking water. Here's a Mongolian wild horse. So I weigh as much as an elephant poops per day. Camel. And I think that's it. And I got some random photos, I think. Coeur d'Alene, Glacier, Idaho Falls. And here's some random photos I took. Here's Helena. I don't know, it was kind of cool. Like, this was a Friday evening at like 8 o'clock. I was looking for a place to eat, I think. What was I doing? I don't know. I was trying to figure out what the music was coming out. It was like kind of cool. And then of course Hawaii, Big Island Tennis Club. Yeah. This is awesome. This is hilarious. Trump won. Hey, join me every Friday at 5:30 for a Trump train. Here is the this is across this is literally right next to the Leonardo where the King's protests were happening. And then this is a fish market in Utah that said Hawaii on some of these things. Yeah, none of these fish are from Hawaii. And then I was in Snowbird. Where is it? Where's Snowbird? Where is Snowbird? It's around here somewhere. Is it? No, it's right here, yeah? Or is it he? There it is. There it is. So I went here for a tram because Salt Lake City, if you get there and you want to see some of the stuff that I saw, you can like get their like pass. They have 17 attractions. It's like $50 for 1 day or $60 for 2 days. I went for the 2 days and I was going to see the tram here, and the tram was out. So, but they have this like wild thing about Subarus. So they have a secret parking for Subarus, which is kind of crazy. But it was a nice day, and they have a mailbox there, and like they had shit for sale for $5. They had vests for $5. I thought it was hilarious. But anyways, guys, thank you for joining me on this 1 hour adventure of my summer vacation. It was kind of weird. I don't know if I'll do it again. It was weird. I didn't have a good time. There was a lot of problems I was having. I suffer from like mental problems, and I thought I cleared myself out. I also had second thoughts about going. I do videos just to like relax myself and focus on stuff and all that stuff. But I wanted to get, I don't like Maui. I wanted to do a 2-week vacation just to go away from Maui, but Maui was bringing me back because of other bullshit. And then kind of Salt Lake City being kind of like a shithole. God, people were really nice and all that stuff, but just like driving in Salt Lake City, like look at all these interstates all over the place. It's like, hey, I lived in Seattle for fucking 8 years, and there is one interstate, well, technically 2, but there's this 3, but they're like not really cutting. There's 99, which goes under now, and then there's the 5, and then there's 90 that like cuts through America and ends up over here. But then you have this over here that like it's all over. They have an interstate that just goes around. Like interstates that go around cities are bad. Like what is it? Dallas has that too, yeah? Yeah, no, Dallas and Fort Worth. People like that shit is bad. It doesn't make it easier. It makes it harder. Like Houston, Texas, it's stupid. It's stupid. But anyways, guys, thank you for joining me on this hour version. Thanks for watching.